This is the big media companies trying to poison us, right? So the contrast is really, really tremendous. Here you have a person who really is starving, who's an innocent person who was forcibly taken in a psychopathic genocidal raid, right? But he is not the one that matters. He's not the one that matters. The people that matter are the people that support this genocidal terrorist movement, because the people in Gaza voted for Hamas, elected Hamas, overwhelmingly support Hamas, according to every single poll, right? Those are the people you're supposed to worry about, the people who support the terrorists who murder innocent people and take hostages and then starve the hostages to death. This is how we're being conditioned, you see, we're being conditioned to not reason. We're being conditioned to always say the Jews are bad, right? And then try to build an argument that will lead us to that conclusion. But the conclusion is fixed, and then you try to fill it in. How are you going to fill it in? Oh, well, the New York Times showed you a photo. Are you going to question the photo? No, because if you accept the photo, then your conclusion is supported. And you always start from the conclusion, which is that the Jews are bad.
Yes.
See? They're building anti-Semitism. They're preparing people for the extermination of the Jewish people in Israel. This is what they're doing. They're trying to construct a moral story where the Jews are so evil that if someone killed them all, it would somehow be good. And this is what they did before World War II. Before World War II, there was an identical campaign in terms of its moral structure. The central plank of the anti-Semitic propaganda, the spinal column of the Nazi propaganda, was the claim that the Jews were a worldwide conspiracy that in secret had taken control of all of the institutions in the West. So supposedly the Jews, this great Jewish conspiracy, controlled all of world finance, all of world media, the labor movements, the capitalist industries, and the governments. Controlled everything. Right? Wow. And then what happened? Everybody got together to kill the Jews. And it was very easy to kill them. So the propaganda that scared everybody about the Jews and which produced the genocide, the great genocide of the 20th century, that propaganda proved that it was propaganda. Because when it caused the genocide, none of those institutions that were supposedly controlled by the Jews lifted a finger to defend them. To the contrary, they collaborated in the process that brought the European Jewish people to destruction. So this is always how it works. First, you demonize the Jews, you convince people that the Jews are evil. And then once you convince them that they're evil, that they're satanic, that they're coming for you, it becomes a good thing, right? It becomes an act of redemption to go and kill them. This is a very, very dark thing. And it's been happening this way for centuries, So today they tell us that Jews are supposedly committing genocide and starvation in Gaza, right? So that you will think, they must be evil. How could they do anything like that? They must be evil. In the previous iteration, they were convincing you, and this still happens today as well, that the Jews controlled everything in secret and were going to use their clandestine secret power to strangle everybody else and destroy Western civilization.